now your host, DarkwingDubb.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy DarkwingDubb, and I'm here for another show, baby girl. I'm kidding. So, yes, I am here for another show. This is something that's been making its rounds, but I want to give my take on it, right? These are DarkwingDubb's top 5 college rivalries, not just football, just college in general. Before I get into this, I want to give a shout out to a couple of the honorable mentions. I would say honorable mention number 1 would have to be somebody like it would have to be like old school, something that's not really relevant anymore. Harvard and Yale. Yes, let's do that. Harvard and Yale. You used to see them on ESPN, but not so much anymore. Also, I want to give a shout out to USC and UCLA, Texas A&M and Texas, Michigan State, Florida State, Miami is another one. There's so many rivalries out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's kind of hard to, rank them. Cal, Stanford, those are more along the lines of college football, not so much basketball. That's more like college football. Basketball. One of the basketball games is actually on this list. Basketball is tough because there's so many teams, so many schools, and you don't really get to see all of them. Arizona, UCLA, more along the lines these days. Kansas, Texas Tech. Houston, Texas Tech, Arizona, Texas Tech, Kansas, Arizona. That's just what off the top of my head. Tennessee and Auburn. Just off the top of my head, Tennessee, Florida. That's a good one for basketball and football, Tennessee, Florida. But yeah, that's just to give a shout out to a few of the other schools out there that have rivalries. Like I said, it's not. We know football gets a lot of the shine, and there's nothing wrong with that. Football gets a lot of the shine, but I mean, truth be told, football is the biggest sport in this country, whether if it's college football, pro football, hell, even high school football, depending on what state you live in. I would say California, Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Those are just 5. You know what? That just gave me an idea for another show. Top 5 states for high school football. I'm going to tell you right now. Number 1 is Texas. And I'm not saying that because I'm from Texas. Majority of the kids you see, they come from either Texas, Florida, or California. We see every school recruit Texas. Anyways, that's another topic for another day. So let's get into this. At number 5. Y'all ready? I know I'm being a little crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? But at number 5, now that we got the music playing, let's go. Number 5. Army Navy. Yes, sir. Now, y'all been watching me long enough to know that I am an Army guy. I am a veteran. I served in the U.S. Army. Been overseas for the U.S. Army. So I'm kind of partial to this rivalry. But this is the only game that gets its own Saturday. It's the only game where you probably see the president of the United States there. This is the only game where you'll get both sides singing each other's alma mater song and fight song. This rivalry means a lot to a lot of people in this country because a lot of people have served in either the Army or the Navy. And to have this football game bring everybody together for even if it's just, hey, I'm an Army guy, right? Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Y'all still my brothers and sisters in arms. But for this Saturday, I don't know y'all. On this Saturday because this game is fierce. This game is for America. And you know what? You can even throw the Army Air Force game in there, the Navy Air Force game in there. But nothing, when it comes to the Service Academy, nothing trumps this rivalry. All-time record, Navy 62, Army 55 with 7 ties. Army has 3 national championships. Navy has none. I think I'd be remiss to admit that Roger Staubach has a Heisman, and he's Navy. So at number 5, we got none other than Army, Navy. At number 4, who we got at number 4? We got the Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama, which we do see carry over in other sports. I mean, they're in-state rivals, so you're going to see it, right? The Iron Bowl it's up there. A lot of people would say that this is the best rivalry in the country. A lot of people would say that. Would I personally say that? As you can see, the answer is no. But I could see why some people would say that Auburn and Alabama. I guess it just depends on what region are you from. Are you from Alabama? Because if you're from Alabama, you would say, whoa, 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 Darkwing. Whoa. This should be number 1. But it's not. It's a damn good rivalry. Don't get me wrong. It's a damn good rivalry, and it deserves to be on anybody's list of top rivalries. But is it the rivalry? Absolutely not. All time of the Iron Bowl, Alabama has 50 wins. Auburn has 37 wins. Y'all remember the kick 6? Woo-hoo! 1 tie. Alabama has 18 national championships. Sure. Auburn has 2 national championships. We know one of the most intense rivalries in college football, in all of college sports. It really is. Don't get me wrong. It really is. I just don't think it's better than number 3. Who comes in at number 3? Duke versus North Carolina in college basketball. This is also arguably the best rivalry in college sports. Arguably. I don't have it there. But if memory serves me correct, these schools are only separated by what? Anywhere between 7 and 9 miles? That is crazy close for a rivalry school. That is crazy close. Like, do you understand what that looks like? Being practically right up the street from your arch nemesis? I mean, just think about what happens during college football season, when they play each other. It's crazy to really think about that. They are that close to each other. They are that close to each other. Like, you really don't get that. One's in Durham, other was in Chapel Hill. You got the Blue Devil versus the Tar Heel or the Ram, whatever it is. It's a Ram to me. So what does this rivalry look like? The greatest rivalry in college basketball. Now, we know for the longest time, Duke was not all that good. That was until Coach K came along. And then Coach K was going at it with Dean Smith. And then Dean Smith leaves and Matt Doherty comes in and one other coach comes in. And Duke is pretty much running the rivalry at this point. Then in comes the great Roy Williams. And the rivalry takes off again. All-time record, 145, 119, North Carolina. Carolina has 6 chips. Duke has 5. And as you can see, only 8 miles apart. So if you're in North Carolina, get at me. Who do you root for? Duke? Carolina? You know what I'm saying? Just like if you're in Alabama, get at me. If you're in Alabama, get at me. Who do you root for? Alabama or Auburn? And if you're part of the service academy, get at me. Let me know. Who do you root for? Army, Navy. I'm going to tell you now, I'm Army. If you listen to anything that I've said so far in the show, I'm Army. Next. At number 2. Who we got? Oklahoma versus Texas. The Red River rivalry. Now, I liked it better when it was Red River Shootout because these games always tend to be a shootout. You had in the 80s, it was all OU. In the 90s, it was all Texas. In the 2000s, Bob Stoops was running it up on Texas until that one guy came along and changed it. Vince Young. Last national title was won by Texas in 2005. OU's was 2000. I do believe if Colt McCoy stays healthy against Alabama, we win that one. But that's neither here nor there. Yes. I'm from Texas. I am a Texas fan. Hook 'em. And even I can't put this rivalry at number 1. This rivalry is at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. It is the halfway point between Austin and Norman, Oklahoma. Texas has 4 national championships. OU has 7. Texas leads the all-time 63 wins to 51 wins for OU with 5 ties. This is like one of the most unique rivalries. It's held in Dallas every single year, and every year it is split right down the middle. Burnt orange on one side, crimson on the other side, and in the background, you have the Texas State Fair. Big Tex is in the background. If you've never been down there, I challenge any and everybody just to go. You don't even have to go to the game. You don't even have to go to the game. Just go to the state fair during the game. You don't have tents up everywhere. One tent is going to be cheering for OU. The next tent you go to is going to be cheering for Texas. Everybody's going to be having a good time. Drinks are going to be flowing. Fair food is going to be all over the place. You could easily make the case that this is the best rivalry in college sports. You know, I've taken a poll. A poll shows that some people don't believe this. And that's why I have it at number 2. But you could easily make the case that this is the rivalry. I mean, ESPN and Fox had a bidding war over just this game. Over just this game. They had a bidding war. Who was going to showcase this game? And we know for the longest time it was on ABC. And then Fox got a hold of the Big 12, so the Fox started showing it. And I don't, it's just something about, I would rather have the 2 o'clock, the 2:30 kickoffs. Because not everybody is so inebriated, but they have had a few already because they've been at the state fair. And then the winning team, it's just crazy. The team that wins, the other half is cleared out, and you got the other half. This past year, we had the Texas fans. 3 of the last 4 years, Texas has run this. OU hasn't scored a touchdown, I should say, on Texas 3 of the last 4 years. So this could easily make the case as the greatest rivalry in all of college sports. But that is not what I have at number 1. And if you guys are smart, you know what the number 1 rivalry is. It hurts me to do it because in my heart of hearts, OU and Texas is the number 1 rivalry. OU and Texas is better than this rivalry. But it's kind of hard to put anything over Ohio State versus Michigan. This game is a game of pure, unadulterated hatred for one another. Yes, OU and Texas, they hate each other. Just like Ohio State and Michigan, they come from seemingly the same area. Most OU players come from Texas. Most Texas players come from Texas, of course. They know each other. They grew up together. There's a hatred that's like top-notch hatred. And this is why you could put OU and Texas at 1. But Ohio State and Michigan, it's that same hatred. Same hatred. They grew up together. A lot of Ohio State players either come from Ohio State or Michigan. Vice versa. A lot of Michigan players come from Ohio State or Michigan. They all grew up together. They all know each other. It's just like, and then another good thing about this rivalry is that it is played on the campus every year. It's not a neutral site. It's on the campus every year. There's not much else you can say about the game. I mean, Ohio State, Michigan, like it gets no better than that, the game. The game. One of the greatest rivalries in college football. And I have it right here at number 1. So you can change that to the greatest rivalry in college football, if not college sports. I'm sure some of you guys are going to point out that I missed some. It is what it is. All-time record, Michigan leads 61-51 with 6 ties. Michigan also has 12 natties to Ohio State's 8, with Ohio State having the most recent one. They also share a bunch of Heisman trophies in between them. Most notably, Charles Woodson, Eddie George. Yeah, I know, throw Troy Smith in there and so on and so forth. But whatever. Bo Schembechler and it's just a lot. It's a lot. Jim Harbaugh versus Urban Meyer, then Ryan Day, and it's just a lot that goes into this rivalry that makes it the best. If you're from Ohio State or from Michigan, tell me why. Tell me why Michigan and Ohio State is number 1. I've given you the reasons why I think OU Texas number 1. I want to hear from every team that I have listed here why their rivalry should be number 1. And for the ones that I missed, if you think I missed a rivalry, hey, get in the comments and let me know. Let me know. Let's talk about it. But as of right now, this is my top 5. At 5, we got Army Navy. At 4, we got Alabama versus Auburn. At 3, Duke versus North Carolina in basketball. At 2, OU Texas. That's the Texas State Fair, baby. And at number 1, the game. There's a reason why it's called the game. The game. Ohio State versus Michigan. Man, this has been fun. I love doing this. Doing this show has helped me come up with a couple other shows I can do. So y'all be on the lookout for a show that I'm going to do. It's going to be in honor of baseball season coming up. My top 5 greatest baseball players of all time. And then we have another argument that's been going around these days where I've already talked about it. The best high school recruiting grounds. Where are the best high school recruiting grounds? I want to hear from y'all. Who did I miss? What rivalries did I miss? What games did I miss? What teams did I miss? I gave my honorable mentions before the show started. Y'all let me know. Don't be afraid. DarkwingDubb won't come at you hard. I will have some comebacks though. And until next time, your boy DarkwingDubb out.